Hello bass players or people who are curious about bass guitar and bass rigs. Today I'm going to show you my home bass rig, which is 2 bass guitars and digital amp modeling software that I use for my bass amps and recording metal songs and other bass tracks on my own music. So let's get into it. Okay, so for starters, I've got 2 bass guitars. They're both Fender Jazz basses. This is number 1 here. It's got the 3-tone sunburst and the maple fretboard. These are both player series basses, so I'm going to show you the other one in a minute here. But I love these basses. I can't get enough of the tone from the single coil pickups. I tried owning a Sterling by Music Man bass. I just didn't really enjoy the tone as much. And the simplicity of the controls is kind of what sold me on this too. Having too many knobs, I find, is just a lot of thinking that I don't want to do when it comes to my bass tone. So this bass guitar is actually in drop C most of the time. I use Ernie Ball power slinkies to get to drop C without losing too much tension. So this is the one I use for most of my metal songs. I do have an electric guitar in drop C, and that's how I record my metal music. I did just do a song with my other bass guitar, which I'm going to show you in just a minute here, in drop A, because I have a 5-string set of strings on that one. And so yeah, so this is my metal bass, and let's move on to the next bass guitar. Okay, this is bass number 2. Like I said, it is another jazz bass. This one is just in the black, the gloss black, and yeah, I just love the jazz bass sound so much. I love the look of it, the feel of it, everything. This one does have the Pal Ferro fretboard, but otherwise it's just another player series bass as well. I do like the tuners on these things. They're pretty quality, and yeah, these basses just overall super quality instruments, and for the price you're getting a lot of bass. Like I mentioned before, this bass actually has, it's basically a 4-string set of strings, but it's the same gauges that you would expect on the bottom 4 strings of a 5-string bass. So the gauge of the low B string here, which is set to B standard, this bass is set to B standard of course, the low B string is 130 gauge, which is the standard size for the bottom string on a 5-string bass. And so I use this for playing along to one of my favorite bands called I don't know why I was going to call it Crystal Castles, that's like a completely different artist, but my favorite band called Concrete Castles rather. So I play this bass in this tuning specifically because all of the songs that I can play with Concrete Castles, basically I have the full range that I need with this exact tuning. So instead of having a 5-string bass, I don't really like the thick necks. I just use this 4-string with a 5-string bass string gauge set. So that's a little bit about my bass guitars. Now I did get this one for a great price at my local Long McQuaid. They will go on sale occasionally, and this one, like I said, is used. So I got a great price on it. I think it was like $200 off. So I'm really happy to have found this one. I was just looking for basses one day and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna buy this one, and it hasn't let me down since. So that's bass number 2. Okay, so I've actually got bass number 2 here with me, the one that's in B standard tuning, and I am going to show you a little bit about my rig rundown. So I have Positive Grid's Bias Effects 2 open here. This is what I use for my bass tones. So this is Positive Grid's Bias Effects 2 desktop app. I just have it connected to my computer speakers here. So when I play, you're going to hear the sound from this app basically come through the speakers from my bass. Okay, so that's a pretty simple thing, right? And I do have a bunch of pre-saved bass tones on my preset folder here. I have some electric guitar tones as well. The main thing I do with my bass tones on the standalone app specifically is I'll have it playing just like I have it here, and I'll play this playlist just in my room just to jam out. And I like to play along to Concrete Castles because it's just fun music, right? And it's simple, so I just like to rock out. So I'll give you an example so you can hear the bass as well. Okay, so that's what I like to do with this bass in particular. I did recently get a 7-string guitar, so I can actually put this bass also in drop A tuning very easily. So I did recently record a 7-string metal song, and I used this in drop A to record the bass for that track. So I've found more use for this bass other than just jamming. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so now I've got bass number 1 with me here, and I'm going to show you how I do my metal music through my DAW, my digital audio workstation, where I record my metal music and post it on YouTube and stuff. Okay, so I have my digital audio workstation open. I've got a project that I've already completed and posted on YouTube. I'm just going to show you quickly how I have it routed through my bass amp modeler. So here it is. I've got 2 guitar tracks here, these 2 ones right here. This is my bass track, which I've already recorded, and I have it in such a way that I can play and hear it through my speakers as well. So listen to this. Okay, so if I record this, it'll sound exactly like that when I play it back. And just a quick little play here to see what it sounds like already. Okay, so that's how I get my metal tones, and that is basically the main purpose for this bass guitar. Alright, hope that was useful for you, or at least entertaining. That was my bass rig that I use in my home studio here. I don't currently play in a band or anything, so I don't have a need for like a live rig or anything like that. This is what I use for my home recordings and just jamming along to music for fun. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, share the video, and I would appreciate that very much. Leave me a comment if you have any questions, and I'd love to hear more from you. Alright, thank you very much. Take care.